Good morning. It is Thursday, December 19th, and this is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Coming up, Dr. Ray discusses terms of endearment. But first, your local weather and this news. The president of a Fruitport Township business was stabbed in the middle of a staff meeting by an employee on Tuesday morning. The suspect took off in a car and drove away, but was arrested about 15 minutes later. Police say they're not ruling out that this was a copycat attack based on the UnitedHealthcare CEO.
It seems to be the popular thing in this day and age that people are blaming CEOs for their issues and problems and becoming violent.
That's Fruitport Township Deputy Chief Greg Polson, who says they're still looking for the motive behind Tuesday's attack at Anderson Express, a manufacturing company. Investigators are poring over suspect Nathan Mahoney's social media accounts, looking to see what he said in the past. Police say Mahoney stabbed Anderson's president in the side. Mahoney had only been with the company for 2 weeks. He's now being held on a $500,000 bond and assault with intent to murder charges. The Michigan Court of Appeals is ruling that a criminal election fraud case can go forward against two men accused of sending misleading robocalls to Detroit voters. During the 2020 election, Jack Berkman and Jacob Wall, two men associated with Project 1599, allegedly sent robocalls to voters, falsely claiming mail-in ballots would be used to track people with arrest warrants, debt collection, and force individuals to get COVID-19 vaccines. Attorney General Dana Nessel charged the two individuals with voter intimidation. Berkman and Wall, who are from Virginia and California respectively, have been found guilty of similar crimes in other states. The lame duck session in Lansing is nearly over. House lawmakers are scheduled to return for their final session at noon today. All House Republicans are once again expected to not show up as they continue to protest to force votes on legislation to preserve the state's tipped minimum wage and paid sick leave rules. House Democrat Karen Whitsitt is also likely not to show up for similar reasons, which will once again deny Democrats a quorum. Soon, egg producers in Michigan with more than 3,000 chickens will be barred from selling eggs from caged hens. Many stores and suppliers across the state have already begun to phase out eggs from caged hens. Nancy Barr, the executive director of Michigan Allied Poultry Industries, said bird welfare and food safety are top priorities for our farmers. The new law takes effect on December 31st. You're listening to your local news and weather right here on Ave Maria Radio's Michigan Mornings. I'm Matthew Handley. Stay tuned. We have more from Dr. Ray coming up after your local weather. Now this. We will have a chance of flurries before noon and then a slight chance of snow after 5 p.m. in Detroit today. Our high will be 33. Tonight we can expect snow, but just less than an inch, with a low around 29. Tomorrow the snow continues until the afternoon. Our high will be 34. Saturday will be mostly sunny and cooler. Temperatures will be in the mid-20s. Sunday will be mostly sunny with highs in the mid-20s. Right now it is 34 and overcast in Detroit, 28 in Brighton. We will have a chance of flurries before noon and then a slight chance of snow after 3 p.m. in Saginaw today. Our high will be 30. Tonight we can expect snow around 2 inches with a low around 26. Tomorrow the snow continues until the afternoon. We may see another inch. Our high will be 33. Saturday will be mostly sunny with temperatures around 20. Sunday will be mostly sunny with highs in the lower 20s. Right now it is 25 and overcast in Saginaw, 25 in Pinconning.
Dr. Ray recently had an email from a listener named Dr. K who asked for his take on terms of endearment.
He says, I join you with my frustration about the speech police. Do you think that mean people, this is interesting, mean people interpret the gesture as an emotional vulnerability and use the rejection to put the other person back in their heels. I've seen that. I've not had it happen to me too much. I would imagine, given there's a certain stubbornness in me that says, don't tell me how I have to talk. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Okay, I got that. It's true. I go to the airport, especially down south. You know, the ladies behind the counter, they'll quickly say, well, thank you, sweetheart, talking to me. And I'll say, you're welcome. And I love it. It's nice. It's sweet. She says it implies that they find me to be a pleasant person who can be trusted with a compliment about my demeanor. She says, I hope it means I'm displaying Christ through my speech and behavior. Well, Dr. K, I don't know if they could extrapolate from that much for me ordering a ticket. She says, ooh, this is interesting. I don't know if I'd go this far, Dr. K, but it's a nice thought. I speculate that the habit of using pet names with others comes from a heart softened by the Holy Spirit. My dear, sweet, faithful mother's favorite phrase for others was, honey dear. Oh for 2. Honey and dear in the same phrase? Well, Dr. K, I think you're a sweetheart. My little granddaughter, I got a granddaughter that's 3 and granddaughter that's 5. Little 3-year-old is Caroline. Call her Care. And I say, thank you, baby. And she goes, I'm not a baby. Like that. Her sister, Rosie's 5. I go, thank you, baby. She goes, okay, Pops. She calls me Pops. And I say to her, Dr. Pops to you, Rosie.
Dr. A has more advice and thoughts on The Doctor Is In weekdays at 1 p.m. on Ave Maria Radio.
St. Irenaeus says, God is man's glory. Man is the vessel which receives God's action and all his wisdom and power. I'm Matthew Handley. That's going to do it for this edition of Michigan Mornings on a Thursday. Lord willing, I will talk to you again tomorrow. And until then, goodbye.